Hey everybody, Jesse Nyberg here, back with my second video, and today I'm actually going to be showing you how to create a vintage film 35mm aesthetic in Photoshop, and this is going to be a quick and easy tutorial. You'll be able to apply these effects to your photos for Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, whatever it may be. And also I'm going to put all the project files that we use in the description for you to download and easily apply it to your photos. And so before we get started, please like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and let me know in the comments what other types of videos you'd like to see. I'm open to suggestions. And with that being said, let's get started. So you're going to open up your photo in Photoshop, and I actually got this photo from Unsplash. And if you're not familiar with Unsplash, it's a super powerful website where you can download stock imagery, and it's really good for photographers, designers, any types of creatives, because the content on there is really good. It's curated and it has a lot of nice stuff for you to use. So this one we're doing is going to be like a landscape orientation. Alright, so to get started, you're going to want to open up a curves layer, and we're going to create an S curve. So bring it up right there, and then right down here, bring it down. As you can see, that kind of brings out the highlights and gives it some more contrast in the shadows. And in between those points you made, you want to bring up another point right a little bit like that, and just down like that. So you can already see it kind of change the look of the photo a little bit. And the next thing we want to do is a really cool trick that I learned, how to add noise to a photo. Instead of converting our original photo to a smart object, we're going to apply a noise layer to the entire project. So you're going to go solid color, and then from here you want to do 50% black on the CMYK. So 0, 0, 0, and then right here on the key, the K, you go 50. And see, so this medium gray is nice because once you screen it over an image or overlay it on the blending mode, it doesn't really make a difference much to the image, but it also allows you to apply noise to the entire Photoshop file. So we want to go filter, add noise, convert to smart object. We're going to do 3%, and you can see it already kind of helped with giving it that look. We have a noise. Now we have our noise layer ready. The next thing we want to do is add some kind of film dust grain to the photo, and I actually have a good file for that I'm going to put in the description. So let's open that up here. And once you size that right to your photo, right about there, we're going to put the blending mode on screen and put the opacity on 85%. Alright, that's looking how we want it. And then the last thing we're going to do is apply a light leak kind of solar flare to the photo, and I'll also put that file in the description. So what you want to do is expand this up to right about there. Let's flip it on the other side. Okay, and we're going to put that to the blending mode to, let's see, usually I like to look around and see which one works best. Screen's looking good for this, and let's put that to 80% opacity. And you can move this around. We might want to flip it, see how it looks on the other side. Okay. I'm liking it right about there. That's looking pretty good. Let's bring in the size a little bit. Alright, and actually I kind of want to change the hue of this a bit because it's a little too red for me. So we're going to go to hue and saturation, and we can adjust the slider right here. See how this is applying to the entire image? What you want to do is create clipping mask, so we're only applying it to our light leak. And we want to get more of an orange. Let's see. So we're going to put it right around there at plus 20. And let's bring up the saturation to 12 and the lightness to 2. Alright, so I'm liking how that's looking. Let's scoot that over just a little bit so it's touches the edge. So the last touch I like to do is to create a timestamp and add that to the bottom of left or right of the photo. Helps with creating that 35mm style aesthetic. So what we're going to do is get our text tool, and the font's going to be DS Digital, and I'm going to put the link to the download for that in the description as well. And so we want to write the date. Today is 07/30/2020. And so it's nice in this orange color because that's usually the color that you'll see these dates in the viewfinder. Somewhere right around there is good. It's visible enough, and it helps create the illusion of that viewfinder timestamp. Let's move it around right about there. And a touch to give it a little bit more realism in the effect is we're going to want to go to blend, and then we're going to want to, we're going to want to go to effects, outer glow, and we're going to apply that outer glow to the actual numbers. So if you preview it, you see it's giving it kind of a noisy glow on the edge. Let's put the noise to about 8. Alright, so you want to have blending mode screen. Let's put this at 60%, noise to 8. And the hex code's ED9210. Alright, and once we have that, push OK. Same thing, we want to do an inner glow. And that's going to be on soft light, 100% opacity, 6% noise. And then the hex code for that is FDB143. Okay. And so now we have that effects on that text, and it's still editable. So once you have the file, you're going to be able to go in there. If you don't want to follow along and do it yourself, then you can edit in just right there. Type it in, whatever date it is, if you want to do an older date, whatever you like. Alright, so what we're going to do is group this, and you can see the effects we apply and how it's treated the image. Alright, let's group everything there. Alright, we're going to group all this. And now you can see how we treated the image with the vintage style look. And I think this is a pretty good effect, and it'll be easier for you guys to drag and drop your photos into here. So we're going to go here, convert to smart object, and all you have to do when you get the Photoshop file is double click in here and replace your image in here, and it'll be that easy. Then you go to file, save, close out, and your photo will be replaced right in there. Hey everybody, thanks again for watching the tutorial. I hope it was helpful. Excited to see the stuff you guys do with the filter, and let me know in the comment section what other type of videos you want to see in the future. And remember to like, comment, subscribe. It helps me keep this channel going, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Peace.